Okay, so how to stop being tired when you work out? What's up, bro? How's it going? How you doing? Hope you're doing amazing. Now, I had this problem. It was very severe for me. I remember when I first started training, my first few months of training, I did something very stupid. It was very stupid, and I would never do it again. I would watch these like science-based lifters and all these like guys who talk about working out, and like Jeff Nippard and Jeremy Athier, and I love those guys. I love watching their content. But what they were saying was, if you want to maximize muscle growth, you need to increase your sets, and that is true. And you need to, like, more sets means more muscle growth. And the same thing with training to failure. If you train to failure to your max effort, if you're a beginner, like, you don't really need to know this now. But when you train to maximum failure, which means you can't do another rep, that builds also the maximum amount of muscle. Now, I had this stupid idea and this crazy idea that if I would increase my volume and increase the intensity, I would somehow like turn into Arnold, you know? I would turn into like a very massive guy, you know? And what happened? I felt so tired. I felt a bit like nauseous and sick and just depressed and sad, you know? And I didn't want to eat. I felt very weak. I felt like I didn't want to train. I hated training. All these symptoms were symptoms of overtraining. Now, all those guys who say overtraining is a real thing, it's not true. It's not true at all. Overtraining is a real thing, and I went into overtraining. I was overtrained. And I had to take like 2 to 3 months off of training just to cure myself from that. So this is a huge lesson for you. You could either do a lot of volume or a lot of intensity. And for me, and I think for everyone, you have to do less volume and more intensity, because intensity is the primary driver of muscle growth. I'll say this again. Intensity, which means training to your max effort where you can't do another rep, that is what stimulates maximum muscle growth. So the first thing I will tell you, if you feel tired, now disclaimer, if you're a beginner, you don't need to listen to any of this. Just stay consistent and your body will adapt to it. Just stay consistent to whatever training you're doing, even if you're looking at a dumbbell. You know, I don't think that will build muscle, but when you're a beginner, your body is so sensitive to training. So whatever you do, even if it's the lowest volume ever, and the lowest intensity ever as well, like you do like 5 or 6 reps, you will build muscle. You feel tired as a beginner, that means less than 6 months of training, because your body is so sensitive to this amount of stress, so it feels tired, because you put a hole in your recovery, and your body isn't used to that. So you basically, like, when you keep training, you will recover very good, and you will not feel this tiredness at all if you just train consistently. Now, more than 6 months of training, this is what I'll tell you: decrease your volume and increase your intensity. I'm like this past year, I've been really getting the best results of my life, the best muscle of my life, by doing the Mike Manser, the Dorian Yates, the 1 set to failure. This is key, and it's actually backed up by science. When you do 1 set to maximum effort, and you train like 1 or 2 or 3 times per week, you maximize your muscle growth to the fullest potential. And I'm actually training once or twice a week. Like I'm talking lifting weights. I train once or twice a week. Like most guys train 6 days, 20 sets, do 3 hours in the gym. But the thing is, most of those guys are on steroids. That's why they can recover from all that stress so easily, because they're on steroids. Me and you, we're natural. We don't take any of that shit. So we have to train low volume, high intensity. Decrease your volume. Sets and volume isn't even, it's just a metric. It's just a metric of how much you do, but it's not a driver at all to your muscle growth. Because you can just go to the gym and get those like pink girly dumbbells and do like 100 sets of bench press. But if they're not taken to failure, you won't build any muscle. And you can go and do 1 set of bench press, 1 set, but the maximum effort, failure, even past failure, and you will get the highest stimulus possible, and you will grow maximum muscle for your pecs. Now, I thought if I could do that, train very hard and train with multiple sets, my chest will explode. No, you get an inverse effect. It goes like this. You get down, you know? So the first thing, to stop being tired in the gym if you have been training consistently, is low volume, high intensity. Like I promise you, bro, every single jacked, massive guy, even on steroids, who builds like a fuck ton of muscle, they do this. They do this exactly. They lower their volume and increase their intensity, because your proximity to failure is what will stimulate growth. Nothing else, I'm telling you. And you can do everything wrong. You could do everything wrong. You could have bad diet, you could have bad nutrition, bad sleep, you could do like very sloppy sets, you could train fast, you could do everything wrong. But if you train to failure, you will send the best signal possible to your muscles, and you will build maximum amount of muscle you could possibly build. Now, that's the first thing. The second thing, which will actually like make a very big difference in how tired you are, is your nutrition. Bro, I know it's hard, I know it sucks, but if you are like a teenager, just like me, bro, but don't worry, we're on this path together, but if you're a teenager, bulk. Eat as much as you can. Of good food, Try your best. Try your best to eat just good food. Like, I know sometimes you could fuck up and eat like bad food and junk food and ice cream and all these things, but try your best to eat mostly good food. I promise you, if you eat a lot of food, like you bulk, you eat in a calorie surplus, which is more than what you're eating right now, you will build the 10 out of 10 physique that you've always wanted. Eat as much as possible, but eat healthy food. That is the thing. And honestly, I know like a lot of people will tell you you can dirty bulk and build muscle. Yeah, you can dirty bulk and build muscle. Doesn't mean it's healthy. It doesn't mean it's healthy. Like all those fitness influencers and all those guys who tell you like you can dirty bulk and dirty bulking is good for you and all these things, those guys will get cancer in a few years. They will die in a few years. I'm telling you, bro. So eat good food and eat a lot. And I promise you, bro, if you actually do this, you will build a fuck ton of muscle, and at the same time, your body fat, your body fat, you won't gain any fat. You will be 10% body fat with tons of muscle. Because I know you ask this question a lot. Like, a lot of people ask this question: how can I build muscle and stay lean at the same time? Bulk. Do a lean bulk. Do a bulk where you eat healthy and at the same time you eat a lot of food. Okay? And I'm telling you, you could screw up. You could eat a pizza here or there, or eat burgers here or there. But most of the time you're eating mostly nutritious foods. Like the 80-20 rule, you know? That's the second thing. The third thing, and you probably guessed it, it is sleep. And I know most people will tell me, like, this is such basic advice. Like, why are you telling me such basic advice? It's basic, but it's the truth. It's what works. It's what actually worked for me. Okay? Sleep. Simply just the easiest way to sleep in just like 2 minutes. Two things: make your room cold, make it very cold, and at the same time make it dark. These two things will increase the melatonin in your body, so it will make it very easy for you. Basically, will make you more sleepy, so it will make you want to sleep. This is if you cannot sleep at all. But the healthiest thing you can do, the most healthy thing you can do, is sleep at the same time and wake up at the same time. This is what we want. And I've made a lot of videos. I'll make a lot of videos on sleep, so I won't go too deep in this topic. But these are three things: lower your volume, increase intensity, bulk, eat a lot of good nutritious food, and get 9 hours of sleep, and sleep at the same time, wake up at the same time. I promise it's very simple. I know it's hard, I know it's difficult, I know like sometimes you can't do it, sometimes you could fuck up, but it's okay. It's okay. And I'm telling you, bro, if you're just consistent in the gym, this tiredness will go away. It will fade, and it will be very good for you. I've recorded just 3 videos, but I hope you like them. And bro, if you're watching this, if you're watching all these videos, like how to train if you're lazy, how to train if you're tired, all the videos I make, I promise you, bro, you will make it. I promise you, you will make it. You will be more attractive to girls. You will be more healthy. You will have the physique you've always wanted. You will get the dream life you want. You will get the success you want. Okay, because you are researching, you actually want this, and you will do the things that will get you this. Okay, bro, and as always, bro, I'm with you on this path. I love you, and I'm rooting for you. Peace, take care.